Okay, this video is going to be about getting around in old school Runescape. And when I say getting around, I just mean from getting from point A to point B. Actually, I was going to start with the canoe system. But really, it should start with this mini map in the upper right hand corner. When you tap on in that area, you're going to see a red flag appear. That's where your character is going to go to. You're the white dot going towards it. The other white dots are other players. The yellow dots are non-character players. That means the characters that are part of the game, like the bank tellers and the guards and the store clerks, all those are non-player characters, commonly referred to by their abbreviations. NCP. Okay, and that's how I'm going to refer to it now, the NCPs. This is an NCP. This is an NCP. Any character that's part of the game itself are NCPs. Non-character players. How do you tell the difference? Press down on something you think is an actual player. Okay, here's something. I think it's too far away from him. Okay, press down. Now you see the options you're given? Walk here, follow, trade with, report. If those are the options you're given, that's another player. And they're going to show up as another white dot in that little mini map. Okay, the great thing about using these mini maps is that you never accidentally attack anyone. Especially when you're in a place like Falador, because those guards will huddle around you. It's almost impossible not to tap on one of them unless you use the mini-map. You can use the mini-map or you can use the area. Now, if you're on your mobile, on your phone, you can zoom in and zoom out by either placing two of your fingers on the screen and bringing those together, or bringing them apart. In other words, that's how you zoom in and out. Just put two fingers on the screen, moving them away from each other. We'll zoom in, moving them towards each other. Sorry, the other way around. Moving it towards each other, you'll zoom out. Moving your fingers away from each other, you'll zoom in. And you can move around either by tapping the screen, the area you want to go to, or by using the mini map and tapping an area in there. Okay, that's your mobile. If you're on your laptop or computer, you definitely have to use your mini map because you can't zoom in or out. So you really don't have much of an option. You have to use the mini map. Then you would just click in your mini map, which on a computer or laptop, you can be very precise about it. But on your mobile, on your cell phone, it's just way too small. You just have to do your best. It's actually easier just to zoom in and out and then tap wherever you want to go. If you're using your phone, that's the most precise way to travel. If you're on your computer or laptop, the more precise way to travel is using the mini-map. Okay. Now that's the essential thing. Now what about moving across all the free-to-play areas? You notice I have an axe in my hand. Yeah. The canoe system. All right, I'm in the Grand Exchange, which means I'm in Vrock. Now there are two stations close to this area. I don't know, I suppose Edgeville. They call it Edgeville, but really it's in Vrock. Then again, they call the Barbarian Village station Barbarian Village instead of Vrock, and frankly, it's on the Vrock side, so both of these are technically in Vrock, if you ask me. Okay, now, canoe stations. You're going to see a big old tree like that, and next to it, you're going to have these two, I don't know, brackets. Because when you chop down this tree, it's actually going to fall into the brackets, and then you're going to continue chopping away at it to make your canoe. Now, how do you know if you're in a canoe station and just on an old tree? See this guy with the paddle? All canoe station attendants have paddles, canoe paddles in their hand. If you're not too familiar with how to make a canoe, you tap on that guy and you go through the whole spiel. Can you teach me about canoeing? Really quite simple to make. Just walk down to that tree on the bank and chop it down. When you've done that, you can shape the log further with your axe to make a canoe. You're an average woodcutter. You should be able to make a dugout canoe quite easily. It'll take you 2 stops along the river. Let's see. Can I make, what is that, a dugout canoe to reach the wilderness? You would never make it there alive. He's being very dramatic. It won't reach that. There's only one canoe that'll go into the wilderness, and that's the Waka canoe. And you need a level 57 to make it. Best not try then. Okay, so you tap on that tree. It falls into the brackets. You tap on it again. Now you're given 4 options, but not really. You see 4 canoes. In this particular instance, 2 of them are labeled. One of them's a log and the other one's a dugout. The other 2 are not labeled. That's because you really don't have an option. I mean, the image will show up, but depending on what woodcutting level you are, I've just leveled up to woodcutting 30 in this account. Hold on. I can't recall. Let me wiki, old school wiki this thing, canoe thing. Hold on. Information. Give me a minute. It's loading. Types of canoe. Okay, stubble. Okay, you've got to be a 42 in order to make a stable dugout. And like I said, you have to be a level 57 to make a waka canoe. That's the one on the far end. So you got a log. You only need to be level 12 to make a log. Then you've got a dugout, level 27. And you can see I'm at level 30, so those are the two options that are available to me. And that's why only those two canoes are labeled. The one following that is called a stable dugout and got to be 42. And the other one, the last one, is a waka, and you have to be a level 57 in woodcutting for that one. And that is the only canoe that will take you into the wilderness. The log will only take you one station, and then you got to make another one if you want to continue. The dugout will take you 2 stations. Again, you have to make another canoe if you want to go further. The stable dugout will take you 3 stations. The waka has no limits. It can go from one end to the other. And again, that is the only canoe that will take you into the wilderness. Okay, so we're going to do a dugout. So I tap the dugout. Then I tap it again to push it into the river. And I tried this before. You can go and do whatever you want and come back, and that canoe will still be there. Yeah, I did put it to the test. It does work. Okay, but I'm going to tap it again. Now these are the options I have. You are here. It's pointing at the Edgeville canoe station. Now the reason why it doesn't show anything beyond that is because the other 2 stops north of that are in the wilderness. And as I've said, only the waka will take you into the wilderness. So it's only going to show you the canoe stations you're able to go in the canoe you've made. In this case, I can go to either the Barbarian Village station or the Champions Guild, which is 2 stations away. The one further beyond that is Lumbridge, but as I've already stated, with the dugout, you can only go 2 stations. So we'll just go to the furthest one I can go to, Champions Guild. And from that point, I have to make another one if I want to go further down the river. And I will do the same thing. Now here are the other options. You are here. It's pointing at the Champions Guild canoe station. The station further down is Lumbridge. Now that's the last station, so that's the only one it can show you. Going north, now you can see 2 stations. Barbarian and Edgeville. Again, it will not take you into the wilderness. Let's just tap on the Lumbridge. And I didn't point out the fact that Champions Guild station attendant also had a canoe paddle. Okay, here's the lumbridge. There are the brackets that the tree trunk will fall into. And there's the tree next to it. And you see this guy. Again, they all carry canoe paddles. All the attendants. Okay. So that's the canoe station. Is this guy for me? Oh, good. I can show you this thing. Okay. Giles, Niles, and Giles. Yeah, you can go ahead and tap away at these people. They're pretty decent. This is a ring, helmet, or sword. You tap on sword. Thank you. I hope you like your present. I must be leaving now. Let's see what I got. Okay. Well, they're usually better than that. Either like anywhere from 250 to 450 coins or a gem. But whatever. Spinach roll. I think these gives also 7. I think they restore 7 hit points. I think all the free food, as far as the random events are concerned, restore 7 hit points. Whether you're referring to the sandwich lady or the drunken dwarf who'll give you a kebab and a beer. The kebab will restore 7 hit points. The beer only restores 1. And you can't even use the empty glass to put water in it. So I don't know if it's worth taking up a slot in your inventory. But again, that's a personal matter. Okay. So that's one of those random events. So where am I? Okay, I talk about the mini-map. The canoe stations. Ah, yes, of course. Teleporting. Let's go over here. Oh, darn it. Okay, well, actually, let me go to Lumbridge Castle. I forgot I had to show that. All right. Okay, how do you level up in magic? Because you will need... Oh, hold on. I'm going to go back down there. See this mine rune? Let's take that too. I'll show you why. You'll need to level up to 37 in magic in order to teleport to all the free-to-play areas. Okay. When you first get out of the tutorial island, let's see, you have air runes, which is the first rune you can make. It's not worth making runes, by the way, just in case you were wondering. And I believe you're also given mine runes. That's the second one you can... Those may be the only ones you start out with. I'm trying to remember, but whatever. Okay, let's look. You tap on the book icon on the left side of the screen. Okay, you see all these things here? Tap the Info tab at the bottom of this box. Alright, now hit the, now these little things. Wind Strike, a basic air missile. Alright, you need 1 mine rune and you need 1 air rune. You see 11/1 because 11, I believe, is the amount I have in my inventory. Yes. I've got 11 mine runes and 10 air runes in my inventory. So it not only shows you how much you have, but how much you need. You only need 1 of those. And you got to, yeah, that doesn't show up very clearly sometimes. 10/1 for the air. Okay. Anyway, all the ones that are lit up are the ones that you have the runes you need in order to cast the spell. That's the Wind Strike. Now the blue one, all the strikes are the ones, the more or less circular ones, pointed on the left side. You'll come off Tutorial Island already able to cast the level 1 Wind Strike. Again, all you need is 1 air rune and 1 mine rune. The blue one is a water strike. Now you have to be a level 5 in order to do that. Again, it shows you how many runes you have in your inventory and how many runes you need to cast the spell. Mine runes, I have 11 mine runes. I only need 1 to cast Water Strike. I've got 10 water runes. I only need 1 water rune to cast this thing. And I have, I know it's not showing up well, 10 air runes, and I only need 1 to cast the spell. I'm sorry, that's an asterisk. That's not supposed to be a number, and it's an asterisk because I was wielding the air staff. And now you see the air rune. I have 10 in my inventory and only need 1 to cast. Staffs are used instead of runes. So if you need an air rune for something and you have an air staff, now it's not enough for it just to be in your inventory. You actually have to be carrying it. Now you look at the air rune again and you see the asterisk. Because it doesn't matter how many I have in inventory. As long as I have the air staff. I mean, it could require 100 air runes and I wouldn't need an air rune. So, yeah. Which staff you have depends on which spell you tend to cast the most. It's just plain economics. Okay, so that's a water strike, and you've got to be a level 5 for that, to cast that. Now let's hit the green one. That's an earth strike. And you see I have 5 earth runes. I need 2 in order to cast this spell. The other runes, I only need 1 of those. And this is, this is a fire strike. You need to be a level 13 for that. And this spell requires 1 mind rune, 3 fire runes, and 2 air runes. So, the way I did it, okay, where is that thing? If you go into the wilderness, and go into the lava maze, you may come across one of these. This is an earth rune. Now, the first account I used when leveling up in magic, well, my stats are pretty high in that one. So I had already been familiar with the wilderness by that time, and my stats were pretty impressive, but I hadn't even started leveling up in magic. But I did have a earth staff in my inventory. I didn't even know what it was for. So, yeah, I just grew accustomed to having that in there. So, I don't know. I see a lot of people walking around with fire staffs, or staffs of fire, excuse me. But, yeah, like I said, I was already accustomed to using this because, yeah, I found one in the lava maze in the wilderness using my other account. Alright, so that is... You know what? I don't even know what... Okay, well, I know I'm at least a level 37. Okay. Level 38. So I can really use any of them. Let me see if I have enough here to make a decent example. I don't know. Let me get a few more. What did I say? The one you come off... Okay, it's the mind. The air, and let's pretend I don't have an air staff. Okay, I'm going to put away the air staff. Then the fire, water, and earth, right? Well, you see I don't have too many fire runes because I have earth runes because I have a earth staff. So why would I bother with that? Okay, let's pretend I don't have any staff at all. No kidding, hold on. Oh no, that's from the downstairs, okay. Okay, I don't know why this thing isn't... And I'll take the other mine room. Okay, so how do you level up in magic? Well, at this point, it really doesn't matter. Who is this person? Oh, I don't know. But let's assume you only have 10 hit points, which is, I believe, where everybody starts out with. Now, a non-player character sneezes on you you're dead with only 10 hit points. So how are you going to do this? All right. I don't know what season I was or how this thing was set up before, because I was leveling up using chickens. Okay, whatever. Let's try that. I didn't test drive this part of the video, so I'll just have to play it by ear. Okay, let's pretend I don't have any staff at all, that I just have runes, and that I'm a level 1. You hit that book under those conditions, and the only thing that'll light up, well, the H badge, or whatever you want to call it, everybody has that when they start off. You'll have that lit up, and if you have at least 1 air rune and 1 mine rune, your wind strike will also light up. Let me tap on that. Okay, let me press down on that. Okay, you might want to hit info again to deactivate it. Now let me tap on it. You see how it's highlighted? You're all set to go. Now just hit whatever target you're after. You'll have to tap on it again. Okay, that didn't work out so well. Oh, they got a goose in there now. Okay, let's see if I can... Okay, I'm obviously too far from these targets. Okay, you'll want to pick out a decent spot, because this thing is not... It may be easier just to go for the cows, because the stone fence is being rather annoying. Let me tap that again. Okay, now that's too darn far. Since you're just leveling up at this point, it really doesn't matter if you're going for the kill. Especially if you're not collecting the darn thing. And if you only have 10 hit points, you don't want to go inside a fenced area. The whole point is for you to level up without dying. Because although you'll come back, that's a real inconvenience. Alright, and a time waster. So let's just go to a fence that's not as, doesn't present as many, no. Again, if you're only 10 hit points, you do not want to expose yourself to damage. So you're going to find a fence. And preferably a target that doesn't run out of range. This thing actually comes towards me. It's been a while since I've leveled up. But you'll find a good place, a decent fence, and a target that's a little bit more malleable than that chicken was. Or cooperative, I should say. Now you'll keep on going until, well, you see, now look at the where the wind strike used to be. That means I ran out of runes. I still have 2 mine runes, but as you can see, no more air runes. So let me get the air staff. Okay. I've got my magic strike missiles again. Oh, another thing. You don't have to tap one by one. Hit the combat image. Hold on. The combat icon, which is the cross swords. I'm trying to remember which spell. Hold on. Okay, yeah, it's that spell. All right, hold on. Because if you do... Okay, you can select... Let me hit cancel. This... I don't know what that thing does. Hold on. Oh, I think that means you're also working on your... What is that, defense? So if you just hit spell, you're just leveling up in spell, in magic. I think if you hit the other image, the one that with the spell thing and the shield, you'll be leveling up in both of them. Just focus on leveling up in your spell thing. So hit just the book one, the one that says spell without the shield thing. And then select which spell you're using. We'll hit the wind. Now you see instead of the book, you have the wind strike. That means it'll keep on striking until you don't have enough runes to cast that. Which is a great convenience. It's better than... See, I only have 2 anyway. Because I only had 2 mine runes left. But... for the... Oh, that's why the mine runes were so important. Hold on, I wasn't paying too much attention. The earth? Yeah, they all require mine runes. I think all the strikes are like that. Water strike, earth strike, and fire strike. Okay. You need lots of mind runes. Okay? So, air and mind. You need those two. What else? Okay. So you just keep on going. Level up or start using higher attacks to get more experience points whenever you're able to do so. Again, since I had stumbled across a staff of earth while I was in the wilderness in my other account, I became accustomed to leveling up using that spell. It just ended up being very cost effective. Alright, that's the leveling up for that. Oh, and the teleporting, how does that work? Okay. When you're focusing on teleporting, you see I had completely forgotten that every missile spell required air and mind runes. When you're teleporting, the runes you still need air. That's why I've purchased a staff of air. And you need law runes, which is the one with the justice thing, the balance. Those are the two runes you need in order to teleport. The third rune you need depends on where you're going. If you want to teleport to Varrock, you need an air rune, a law rune, and a fire rune. If you're teleporting to Falador, you need an air rune, a law rune, and a water rune. If you're teleporting to Lumbridge, well, you can always use the home teleport. But if you want to teleport there, if you're going all over the place and you want to get back to Lumbridge within 30 minutes of having teleported there previously, you'll need an air rune, a law rune, and an earth rune. So that's why I have, those are the runes I have. And my air staff. Okay. Let me see. So that's leveling up in magic, teleporting. Oh, yeah. Okay. The H, again, stands for home, teleport. That's the Lumbridge castle. Oh, and the Lumbridge, the L one, also Lumbridge. It takes you to exactly the same spot. So you can use either one of those and you're going to exactly the same place. The only difference is if you're using the home teleport, you can only use that every 30 minutes. Whereas the Lumbridge teleport, you can use that until you run out of runes, the required runes. And of course the F is Falador, and those are the only places free to play can teleport to. So let me get back to Varrock. I'm going to hit the V. And this thing is very temperamental. So I may have to hit it a few times. Okay, did I hit the info again? Okay. Okay, and it always takes you to the same spot. Okay. The other thing I wanted to mention, energy potions. Now, energy potions require limpwort roots. Okay, this is free to play. I don't know about what the membership thing is, but if you've ever gone to the apothecary and try to get them to make a potion, you'll notice that every potion requires this ingredient. Now, I did do a little test run before doing this video, and I purchased 9 more limpwort roots. Now, before making this purchase, I wanted to go ahead and once again try to acquire the limpwort root from a hobgoblin or a giant. I do not recommend this for someone whose hit points is 30. Because you will require so much food in the attempt, it's just too aggravating. So what's the best way for someone with low hit points to acquire limpwort? Limpwort is 363 coins currently. What I find the easiest to do is to just chop down these trees, surrounding trees, here at the Grand Exchange. Let me double check this. I wrote down the numbers because I didn't want to go through all this again. Okay, you clear out your inventory and then you just go around, just chop these trees down. 28 logs will get you, currently, you know, if you're using the Grand Exchange, the prices fluctuate. But currently, 28 logs will get you 3,388 coins. You can purchase 9 limpwort roots with that. Okay? So just go empty out your inventory, go around here, cut down these logs. Again, 28 logs will get you 3,388 coins. Okay, right now I'm only dealing with 7 logs. But anyway, if you had 28 logs, you'd get 3,388 coins. With that, you'd be able to get, see, 10 will get you 3,000, it'll cost you 3,630 coins. Yeah, too much. Hit the minus thing, button, on the left side of the field, entry field, the quantity, to bring it down to 9, and that'll cost you 3,267 coins. Which will cover the cost if you had just sold 28 logs. So you'd hit confirm and you'd get that. So anyway, cutting to the chase, I now have 9 limpwort roots. Now, in order to make energy potion, Each potion, or each vial, requires 2 limpwort roots and 1 chocolate dust. Now for the chocolate dust, you have to get a chocolate bar, which if you go to the food store in Port Sarum, they currently go for 10 coins each. You can world hop and just load up, because there's no point in going back and forth. Anyway, you need a chocolate bar and you need a knife. Warning: do not hit the chocolate bar first. The default setting on most food items is eat. You hit a food item, you'll end up eating it. If you can remember to press down on the food item, fine. And then press use. Oh, and you still may hit the eat bar option instead of the, you see? Just don't. And I can't even say that's the first time that's happened. It isn't. You can very easily you see how close that is? You can very easily hit the wrong thing. I meant to hit use chocolate bar. It hit eat instead. So just stay away from that. Just hit the knife first. And then hit the chocolate bar. And there you have it. The chocolate bar turns into chocolate dust. Okay. Actually, I'm glad I did that. It just hit the knife first. It's aggravating as heck. Okay, I'll keep 2, 4, 6, 8 of those. I can put that back. I need 4 chocolate dusts. And I've got 10, so just... And one more. Okay, I have... I'm going to put that away. And actually, there's no charge, which surprised me when I first realized that. Now the other 2 potions will also cost you 5 coins. But the energy potion, there is no charge beyond the ingredients. So you need 2 limpwort roots and 1 chocolate dust to get a vial full of energy potion, which is 4 doses. So let's go ahead and go to the apothecaries. Which is go down the shops, apothecary, right down there. right. Let's keep on going down here. And it'll be down the end of this tower right there. Oh, there you go. Okay, that was a little too quick. Press down on this guy. Potions, and there you go. You see energy potion? It's the only one I have all the ingredients for. Strength potion, you have ingredients plus the 5 coins. Anti-poison potion, you have the 2 ingredients plus the 5 coins. Energy potion does not charge you anything beyond the ingredients. You hit it once. Okay, you see I've got 8 limpwort roots and 4 chocolate dusts. Hit that once. Now I've got a vial of energy potion. And I'm down to 6 limpwort roots and 3 chocolate dusts. Hit it again. And it just keeps on reducing. I got another vial of potion and keep on going. And that's it. Now there are 4 doses of potion in each vial if you're getting a full vial, because if you buy this thing from the Grand Exchange, it'll give you the option if you want just 1 dose or 2 or 3, and you just see the vial and the amount of potion in it. So let me just tap this once, and the level went up 10%. It was 82, now it's 92. And 93, it slowly will regain the full amount. But yeah, you regain 10% of your energy with every dose. And I think that covers it. As far as how to get around. Okay, and I don't know. Okay, now if the system goes on a like I said, this is a quirky system. Sometimes you got to be patient with it. Sometimes there's too many people on a server. What is it? 4:17 p.m. So yeah, pretty busy now at this point in time. Okay. So that was the apothecary. And I think I've covered everything. Got 4 potions. That is probably the cheapest. Wait, well, I wouldn't call it the cheapest. The least aggravating way to acquire energy potion at this level. Now I could have switched to another account and just went over to where the giants are and just fought it out and just collected limpwort roots that way. But at this level, I'm not going to go fighting hill giants. I'm not even going to be fighting hobgoblins. So this is definitely the least aggravating, the surest way, the quickest way to acquire energy potion. Okay, so that covered just using the mini-map, using the canoe system, teleporting, and energy potion. If there's any aspect to getting around that I've missed, by all means, let me know. You need to get familiar with the world map, granted. You may even want to take a screenshot of this and have it available to you But that's an individual thing. That comes with time. I wanted to make a video that covered all the aspects of getting from point A to point B as I could think of. All right. I hope that was helpful, and I do thank you for watching. Take care.